Hey y'all, it's because Mama said so, and it is early on Sunday morning. Everyone is actually still asleep, and I am prepping for Appetizer Palooza. We'll be having that this afternoon. On Sunday evenings, we have appetizers for dinner, and it is so fun. The first one I'm going to make is something called French onion meatballs. We're going to do frozen meatballs with 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup and a package of onion soup mix that we mix with a can of water, and then we'll just put this on low for about 4 to 6 hours, and it comes out so delicious. But I'm prepping this morning so that way it can be cooking throughout the day so we can have it tonight for Appetizer Palooza. We really enjoy doing appetizers one night a week. I have to tell you, my favorite thing about going to parties a lot of time is the food. And so I decided, why do we have to wait to have a party to have appetizers? So we have appetizers at least once a week. And so I always have really good videos. If you go into the playlist, you'll see Family Fun. And there's Appetizer Palooza nights where we do nothing but appetizers. And with the Super Bowl coming up, it'll be a great place to get some ideas for things to make for your friends and family. Next, I'm going to do bacon wrap little Smokies. I'm going to take this pound of bacon, and I usually cut it into thirds, but for some reason this bacon was a little bit longer than I'm used to, so I cut it into fourths. But you're just going to take your little Smokies, and you're going to wrap them with a piece of bacon and secure them with a toothpick. I remember having this appetizer a few years ago at a friend's party, and they were so good and they are so addictive. And every time I say I'm making bacon wrap little Smokies, my family goes nuts. They get so excited. I'm doing a little twist on this one because I'm actually going to add Old Bay to the recipe. I love Old Bay seasoning, and it just has such great flavor, so I thought that I would try it with these little Smokies. As soon as I get these wrapped up, we'll sprinkle on about half a cup of brown sugar and then about a teaspoon or 2 of the Old Bay seasoning on top. Then I'll cover them with foil and pop them in the fridge to sit for a little while until I'm ready to cook them. My husband is a police officer and he is on nights, so we will be having Appetizer Palooza a little bit early. Normally we would do it about 5:30 or 6, but since he has to go into work this evening, we'll probably have it around 4 o'clock. But I wanted to make sure everything was done and ready so that way I didn't have to worry midday about trying to get things prepped and ready to go. When these are all done and ready to go in the oven, I'll preheat the oven to 375 degrees, and these will go in for about 25 to 35 minutes until the bacon is starting to get crispy and the brown sugar is nice and melted. Sometimes it could take a little bit more or a little less depending on how hot your oven is. I do find that people's oven temperature varies, so make sure and watch them at about the 25-30 minute mark. Take a peek at them and make sure that they're not getting cooked too quickly. As always, I will include the recipe to all of these appetizers at the end of the video, so just in case there's something that you're not quite sure of or something I forgot to mention, which does happen, it's in the recipe. This last appetizer is one of our family's absolute favorites, and I'm going to start off by cutting up some pepperoni. Now, I will say the pepperoni looks so much prettier when you lay them out almost like a pizza on top of this pizza dip. But for eating it with chips, it's easier if it's chopped up, or you can get the little mini pepperonis. In this bowl, I have 1 8-ounce portion of cream cheese that I have softened, and I'm adding half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of mayonnaise, and about a half a cup of mozzarella and Parmesan. And I'm going to mix this all up together, and this goes to the bottom of... The recipe says a 9x9 baking dish. This is a rectangular baking dish, but it's about the same. And just spread this out through the bottom, and this forms the base of our pizza dip. Once this is all spread out, it's really simple from here. I usually use either a pasta sauce or pizza sauce, but I actually did not have any. I thought I had ordered some in the Walmart grocery pickup, but I didn't. So I'm going to be using tomato sauce, but we're going to sprinkle oregano and basil on top and a little bit of pepper. I'm doing it just a little bit more liberally since I'm using the tomato sauce instead of pizza sauce. And then I'll also do just a little bit of this crushed red pepper. Not a lot because we don't want it too spicy. And you'll see I'll drizzle about half of this can over the top of my cheese mixture. And then we'll top it with additional mozzarella cheese and our chopped pepperoni. This will go side by side with the little Smokies for about the same amount of time, about 25 to 35 minutes, until everything is nice and melted and bubbly. We serve this with tortilla chips, but it can also be served with Frito scoops, and I've also seen it served with French bread. Here's how our French onion meatballs turned out. They are so delicious. I just turned these down on warm so that way they could stay perfect until we were ready to eat. These are so savory and delicious. Here is our pizza dip and how it has turned out. It's nice and bubbly and it looks just like a pizza and it smells so good. And our bacon wrapped little Smokies came out at the same time. As you can see, the bacon is nice and cooked on top and the brown sugar is melted. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. Like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to chat in the comments. Take care of yourself, your precious cargo. And why? Because Mama said so.